Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Enzo, this is my forever co-host Jom. Today we talk about Jurassic Park 3 since when we release this video a month from now, a month from this video's release, will be the premiere of Jurassic World Rebirth. And so we're doing Jurassic Park 3 because not only is there a new Jurassic World, or Jurassic Park, but it's the return of the sailback king Spinosaurus in this franchise. Looking a bit more aquatic, but we go with science.
It's being everybody in the dinosaur community is having a bit of a struggle with the Spinosaurus.
Yeah.
Like through the years, it keeps changing.
Yeah.
Its appearance, people say it gets nerfed, but I'm like, it's a real animal. It's not like Cloud from Final Fantasy.
Right.
It is a real animal. So whatever scientific release they have, whether it have like a weird ass face or a wide ass tail, I'm like, cool. But I will say this is the Spinosaurus I grew up with,
Right.
and this thing was cool as shit.
Yeah.
Even though I hated it for like killing a T-Rex, I was like, oh, that would never happen. But after watching, I was like, this thing's kind of OP, not gonna lie.
Right. Well, getting right to the plot, we know that nothing on Earth will make Dr. Grant go back to any isla unless you have a big fat check, this time by the Kirby's, and you're like, oh, this is the second time this has happened, Dr. Grant. Where's your moral conviction? But he's obsessed with raptors because one, it's his favorite dinosaur, and two, he fucking saw one of them. It's about to be eaten by one of them, and now he's more obsessed with it, whatever. And like he has the Raptor call thing.
Like the voice chamber. Yeah, they were able to 3D print a voice chamber, which I was like, okay, it seems possible since there are raptors now.
Right? And like, out of all the Jurassic Parks and Jurassic Worlds, this seems like the most side questy because the Kirby's hire him. They're like, hey, our son went where he shouldn't go, and now he's lost in an island. And Paul like pretends to be like a Tony Stark figure, like the next John Hammond, and like further into the movie we find out he's full of shit. Like the mercenaries aren't even mercenaries. He's not even a billionaire, and you're like, damn.
Wait, the mercenaries weren't mercenaries? What did I miss?
Or like the mercenaries, well, no, the bald one, the one who got his neck snapped by a raptor was like an accountant. Like,
are you? Wait, what? I don't remember this.
Yeah, it's part of it. I watched this movie again, and that was part of the dialogue. I was like, oh, forgot that when I was a kid.
I guess I turned off my brain. Oh my god. I don't... Well, how about that Cooper guy?
I think Cooper was a real mercenary. Like, the first two that got eaten were, like, the real deal.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they all go, and, like, they land on the island, and that's where you meet the Spinosaurus. Like, I agree with you. Like, I am all for scientific advancement. Like, the more we discover about our prehistoric world, the better. But this fucking design is fucking Chad as shit. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I agree. I love it that they changed the logo to it, so you know who's the big baddie. It's not T-Rex anymore.
Yeah.
It is this scary abomination.
Yeah.
And like this thing was so bad that they were like, we can't put it in the main island.
It's gonna kill everybody. Gonna kill everyone. Which makes you wonder, like, why the Jurassic World franchise in general started focusing on like mutated dinosaurs instead of like, hey, there were other bigger dinosaurs than T-Rex, you know, and like build it up like, oh, Spinosaurus wasn't in JP1 because Spinosaurus would have killed every dinosaur in JP1, or like Giganotosaurus, same answer of like he's too dangerous to be part of the main dinosaur crew, instead of this wacky science gone wrong bullshit with like Indominus Rex and iRaptor.
Which I know that we are kind of there are a lot of people who are kind of iffy about like, oh yeah, Jurassic World is moving towards more of like the experimental phase. I remember playing that PS2 game where you're like you play as the dinosaurs in a fighting game, and you get that weird mutated version
Yeah.
of like a Triceratops with a T-Rex head and body. They have the Triceratops like horns. I forgot what you call it, but I was like, I would love to see that.
You're right.
And we're kind of getting it.
Yeah,
There's a possibility in this world that we can get it.
yeah, like with the I do like the how Garrett Edwards makes the D-Rex more of a horror villain than like a practical mutant. But going back to this movie, like Spinosaurus, like the best way to establish that this is the new big dog is to kill the old big dog, and it's a quick fight, but
Oh no, this shit was cool. This shit was cool. I love every minute of this. Is that like
I was about to say
shit hits yes?
It dispatches Rex so quickly that you're like, oh fuck, I guess you're the big dog now.
Yeah. I know it put up a pretty good fight, and it seemed like a very realistic fight.
Yeah, it's two animals fighting.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know that they're trying to go for the kill immediately.
Yeah.
While like what we get with Jurassic World, where it's like, oh, there's flying raptors against an Indominus Rex, and it's weird.
Yeah.
I kind of prefer this a bit more, and it's just so like white knuckling it because Alan Grant's stuck in the between of them. He's he's between two logs. He's like
right.
like he's screaming his head off. Yeah. I was like, this is cool. Yes, I hate to see my big boy T-Rex get dominated, but like this shit was cool. And the scene before this too, where the whole what you call it, with the whole plane going down.
Yeah.
I recreate this with shoe boxes, with toy soldiers, and I had the Jurassic Park III Spinosaurus thing that had like the silicone body and it could like draw and move its head.
Yeah.
Little did I know that thing costs $1,000 now.
A fortune, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 50,000 pesos. Sadly, I snapped off the tail and bit into its nose when I was a kid.
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I had one of those, and I was like, "How does that work? Peels off skin." Oh.
Wait, did you have the bull T-Rex?
Yeah.
I remember you had the bull T-Rex.
Yeah. But yeah, like it just establishes that Spinosaurus is a credible threat. Like the other dinosaurs have like side plots, like the raptors being like, "Can you give back our eggs, please? It's ours. Why do you take them?" I love the scene when Mrs. Kirby is looking through the laboratory and she sees a raptor head. She's like, "That's neat. Wait a minute. Why's that?"
I love it that it just like, it's like, it's just like it went after her. I was like,
yeah.
By the way, I love this entire setting. This is the Jurassic Park game or movie that I really like to see. That's what I love about 2 and 3. Is that like they show a dilapidated like park or a lab. I just love seeing like dilapidated shit. And it reminded me of like Dino Crisis. But yeah, they're running from these raptors and they've never been more a threat. Yes, they were cool in 2. But here, I don't know, I just love the design of like the white raptor. It has a little bit of feathering and like you could see that Alan Grant's like, holy shit, they're communicating.
Yeah.
Like this is the first time you have seen them like fully coordinate with each other. I'm like, that is terrifying.
Yeah, that's cool as shit. Like knowing that these things are smart as hell and now have the abilities that they can communicate, which is not, a stretch from scientific reasoning, because you're like, it's already established that raptors are fucking smart, and so why wouldn't they be able to communicate with like each other? And like I love the scene, even though it's kind of sick in like the stomach churning ways, when the one raptor like stabs the guy with his toe and then uses him as a bait, and then once he's done, he's like, "I'm done with you," snaps neck. I was like, "Oh fuck, Jesus Christ, these raptors mean business."
And it's so funny because like none of them, besides Cooper, because he punched Alan Grant, deserved like to die. Like how like horror movies would make like a piece of shit character, and they're like, he's gonna die, and it'll be cathartic.
Yeah.
Here, everybody's just like, oh, we're just trying to help this poor couple get their kid back, and they just happen to eat shit along the way. And by the way, they like within the movie, the apprentice of Alan Grant named Billy happens to stumble upon a nest of raptor eggs.
Yeah, hence why they're chasing
he-
them.
Yeah, and I love that there is a reason. I don't know. For me, I was just like, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
And we do find out that, hey, Mr. Kirby and Mrs. Kirby, they ain't saying who they really are.
Yeah.
Like, so somebody's lying here.
Yeah.
Because he ain't a billionaire. This man is straight up, yes, he's lost his son. Yes, he put up the facade that, I just wanted a tour around the island. But I'm here actually looking for my son. Because my ex-wife, with her boyfriend, took our son to see some fucking dinosaurs, and they fucked up.
Right? I do love that transition, like going back a bit when the Spinosaurus kills the T-Rex, and then you just see Mr. Kirby just fly through the brush. Like, as a kid, I was like, what happened there? As an adult, I was like, oh, he got his ass whooped by an angry Dr. Grant.
I would be too. Because, like, the poor Alan Grant's like, look at these dinosaurs, and they're not paying attention.
Right.
That's all they're in the plane.
Yeah. And then he gets smacked.
Yeah.
I do.
Yes.
So I'll say when they finally reunite, like, because Dr. Grant is separated, and then he meets Eric, and then Eric and him hear the phone call, and they're like, how did you find us? And he's like, that's that stupid phone jingle. Remember the one you have in your phone that you always have? And that's like, I had it until...
I gave it to Nash. I gave it to Nash. What happened to Nash? He was eaten by that big... like, you just see him just like, this is the most serial killer look an animal can give you. Right? Where he was just like seeing these little people just coming together, and they're like being happy. He's just like, yeah, rejoice. It's all the more sweeter. I was like, this is why I was like, man, this thing isn't. I feel like this thing's like the Indominus Rex before the Indominus Rex.
Yeah.
'Cause it was there for the hunt. Man didn't care. He could have gone for bigger animals.
Yeah.
To eat. But no, he went after these motherfuckers because he got hit by their plane.
Right? I find that weird. There's a weird inconsistency because, like, he first breaks through, like, a fence, but, like, when Dr. Grant and the rest are holding him back with, like, a wooden door.
No, it wasn't a wooden door. It was a metal door, but the shed was made out of, like, I don't know, tetanus. Like, it was already rusted. I was like, if it broke through that, why can't it break through this?
Yeah, it just went one push. And it was like, you know what? I'm done for today. Bye, guys. And you're like, okay.
By the way, this facility was at an edge of a mountain.
Yeah.
If it wanted to, it could have just knocked the entire thing, and the thing would have.
Yeah. Pull the Lost World Jurassic Park and just push them over a cliff.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of a weird inconsistency there.
Yeah. I do love the Pteranodon sequence when it's more all like practical effects up close, and from afar there's these huge ass beasts like a shadow. You're like, what the fuck was that? Holy shit, we're in a birdcage.
Dude, I love this entire scene because it really brought me back to Shadow of the Colossus, where you had to fight the bird.
Yeah.
And like it's foggy, you have to go up upon like a pedestal, and it's caged. And I was just like, oh, this is great.
Right.
I love every bit of this, and yeah, we get a cool, well, kind of little actiony. I don't think it would be too realistic that Billy like comes up with like a parachute, saves the day, saves Eric. But of course, I do like it that they're like a little caveat that he gets fucked up along the way.
He doesn't.
Man gets back to death.
Exactly, almost back to that.
Yeah.
But like, they have this weird moment too when they're sailing down the river, and you see the long necks, and you're like, oh my god, the CGI, it's not aged that greatly.
Has it not? I remember it was alright.
I remember looking at it, I was like, where the fuck are its eyes? And then you see it through like the bad CGI. I was like, oh, there's its eyes. I thought it was just blind for some reason.
man, I need to rewatch it. I was like, for me, I was like, oh, it looks. I'm like, oh, CGI holds up. I don't know. That was just me. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't looking close enough. But I do like that little talk that Eric and Alan Grant had about like the difference between astronauts and astronomers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also love like as a dino fan, I love inclusions of all dinosaurs, including that one dinosaur that like approached them with like the Spinosaur poop, and he was like, you know what?
Yeah.
No, thank you, not today.
I saw what it did to that T-Rex. I ain't touching that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they do find the cell phone.
Yeah.
No, within the Spinosaurus dung.
Yeah.
And yeah, we get the entire river scene. By the way, yeah, we kind of went over that. Oh, Ellie Sattler happens to have
someone else,
like a full-on family. When we're like, oh, she's gonna end up with Dr. Grant. No, she does not. Even though they're like, hey, look at Alan Grant playing with Ellie's kid.
Right.
And then they're like, oh, I'm so happy. That wasn't the case.
But yeah, I think the relationship ended in like the last Chris Pratt movie. That's
yeah,
why
yeah.
together
They're
again.
like, oh, they got together.
Yeah, yeah.
They became a thing.
Yeah, that's the one thing that movie did right. The rest was like, you're like, you know what? The less you say about it, the better. But I do like the fact that there's, like, I know in the book, there's the river scene with the T-Rex. And they're doing that with Jurassic World Rebirth. But with the they did it with the Spinosaurus first. And I love the fact how this creature is multi-level threat. It's like scary on land, and it's more terrifying in the water because you're like, it's faster now.
Yeah, I would say this is their own special take on the river scene, because the river scene with the T-Rex in the book, it was very much like a Royal Rapids amusement park almost, but like you will die kind of scene where the T-Rex is following them as they sail or move across the river. Here it's more of like a Jaws situation. They really, like, Steven Spielberg was like, go nuts, use the Jaws thing, where you see the sail come in and it'll just like sink down, and it will it like knocks the boat while they're trying to get a call. They'll drop the phone, and they're just scrambling for it. And of course the Spinosaurus will just rise from the boat and just absolutely wreck it. The boat is stationary. That's the difference between the T-Rex scene and the Spinosaurus scene.
Yeah.
But I love it that they made it its own. And this was like the last time we were going to see the Spinosaurus. And I'll say, okay, it's a good send-off. It was a pretty good, like, last struggle.
Yeah.
Like, poor Mrs. Kirby gets, like, her belly cut.
Yeah.
As the Spinosaurus is just, like, reaching for the Pringles chips. You know?
Yeah. It's also a great way to hide, like, the budget of this movie. Like, you don't see much of the Spinosaurus unless it's like flashing with the rain and thunder and lightning, which is more terrifying to see this crocodile thing with a sail at night in this setting.
Yeah, I agree. Like, them not showing us the threat makes it even scary, because we're like, what is it doing? Where is it?
Right?
Yeah.
And then we get one last sequence with the Raptors where Dr. Grant talks to the Raptors, and I'm like, you know what? Sure, why not? I buy it.
Whatever you say.
Right?
Like, alright, oh. I love it that, like, one of the Raptors was like, oh, he chilled. And then the Alpha Raptor's like, you fucking idiot.
Like, they speak like us. He's like, they're not us, bro. And then he's like, oh, okay.
Do you see a tail? Do you see scales? Yeah, so like they're like, oh, like, yeah, I don't know what the implementation of what they're trying to say, that Miss Kirby had to give it herself, like they had to give it to her. I don't understand what that was about, but yeah, that was a weird scene. Yeah, so like, but at that time they heard a helicopter, they heard a guy with a megaphone, which is the same mistake that they did at the start of the movie.
Yeah.
And they brought the entire fucking Navy.
Yeah, Deus Ex Navy. Like, Like this is how I love how the first and third Jurassic Park ends with like a Deus Ex. Like the first one's like Deus Ex T-Rex. This one's like Deus Ex the might of the American military. You're like, okay. A
little propaganda.
Right. They also let a couple of pterodactyls escape too. They're like, oh, look at those majestics. We should do something about that. They're not good news.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was a scene where like they left but they didn't lock the gate.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. So a couple escaped. Oh, I don't know how we're gonna get that.
I guess we'll never know.
I don't know how the American army wasn't like, you think that's a threat? Yeah. Just like pop.
Right.
Like out of the air.
It's like, hey man, they're breaching their like zone of, dinosaur agreed territory. Like if they escape, we need to put them down. But yeah.
Billy makes it, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, sure, I buy that.
Whatever you say, man.
Right? But yeah, what would you rate Jurassic Park 3?
I'll rate Jurassic Park 3 at 6 out of 10. It is the lowest of the trilogy, in my opinion. I really like the first, I really like the second, and I do love the third. Out of like nostalgia. And like all the dinosaur shit is very tastefully done. Like I love the Spinosaurus. That thing is ingrained into my memory as a thing that beat my favorite dinosaur. The characters besides Dr. Grant are lackluster. Like, I did not care that like Billy died.
Right.
And I love it that they were like, oh, they clearly showed us the three guys who are going to be the only casualties in this movie at the start.
Yep.
I was like, okay, cool. The mercenaries and the accountant, not Ben Affleck, the accountant, just an accountant.
Yeah.
Pretty much gets taken out at the start of this movie, and then not feeling it with the Kirbys. Yeah. Like they were okay, not really. They were a bit more annoying. Yeah. But other than that, if you just love the whole Jurassic Park shit, you love dinosaurs, this is worth a watch. There is a weird scene in the plane where a Velociraptor talks to Alan Grant. Alan.
Right? Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Like, oh god, it's ugly.
You're one ugly motherfucking raptor, dude. The fuck happened to you? I agree. 6 out of 10. It's a decent movie. Like I just like it because nostalgia. But like looking at the good, like I love the fact that they knew how to establish the bigger dog, which is the Spinosaurus. I forgot to mention the fact that I love the fact that every time it roars up close, it's like the earth is shaking. And you're like, oh shit, big dog. And like.
Fuck, I was on mute the whole fucking time. I was agreeing with you. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, I love that shit.
I just want to be like, I think I should put subtitles for that for guy. But yeah, I love the fact that they stuck to practical effects, but like the flaws is that the characters, like, aside from Dr. Grant, and even Dr. Grant is you're attached to just because you're like, I like him in the first movie, and like there's not much that development here aside from like him bonding with Eric, and that's about it. Kirby's, you can make an argument that they're the villains of this movie. They're the human antagonists because they're
agreed.
Yeah,
you agree. They're the problem.
Yeah, and like as a movie as a whole, you're like, why should we go back to Jurassic Park again? And the studio's like, someone got lost, and they're like, oh, okay. But yeah, the director Joe Johnston, who later on directs Captain America: The First Avenger, I say he does a decent job here. Decent, good to decent effects, and like the only character I'm rooting for is Dr. Grant, because I'm like, I hope you get rid of these fucking idiots. Yeah, because they're annoying. Aside from Eric's fine. Yeah. But yeah, to the audience watching and to any dinosaur fans watching, what's one dinosaur that they haven't used in the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World franchise that you want to see here? Is it the Chihuahua, or what's your dog's breed? It's
a half French bulldog and a Yorkie and a Shih Tzu, so it's Your bullshit.
Is it your bullshit Raptor? Or I can't think of any dinosaurs I haven't seen that I would like to see. Does your dog have a suggestion? Does it want a dire wolf?
Pepita, hush. No, I am trying to think of a dinosaur. Nothing's coming to mind.
Yeah, neither. Neither for me. But yeah, to the audience watching, whatever you want, comment down below before Jom's dog suggests all the dinosaurs. But yeah, if you like what you see here, please leave a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok to see your best and funniest moments. Spotify to yours on the go. And the video Zodas was on TikTok and Swoof on Letterboxd. Where can they find you and your dog?
You can find me at JomJu on Instagram and is my account. By the way, to Sam Neill, he was here like this month or last month.
Oh yeah, I saw that post.
Yeah. I'm like, man, I missed him. he was in like BGC around the same time I was in BGC. I was just like, God damn it, I could have ran into him.
Right.
If ever Sam Neill watches this review, please come back.
Please.
Please, I would like to catch you on the street and just have a photo, because you're my childhood hero.
Yeah. Anyway, until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Ciao.